Cheers, everybody. It's Mark, Dr. Deadwax, and it's time for day 50 of the Inbox Challenge. We're on numbers today, so I picked 4 records myself, and I decided to pick 4 things from the most recent addition to the inbox, which is stuff from yesterday's show. Just stuff I was kind of piqued my interest and I wanted to hear. So the Inbox Challenge is officially over at the end of this. Hopefully I don't go into withdrawal. I kind of had to push myself a few days, but I actually kind of rather enjoyed it. I mean, it's pretty time consuming. It was like 4 to 6 hours a day from cleaning, listening, and researching. But you know, today I was just going to do a video where I showed some 45s that I had got recently, and a couple of the interesting ones that I found, and I shot it, and I was like, fuck it, let's do some records and talk about them. But I will show the 45s. Also, my wife wants me to get some stuff done around the house, and I have to get. I have a couple old Marantz turntables I want to sell. I got some vintage speakers I want to get sold. I got some gear I want to get upgraded and modded and repaired. So I have to start gathering some money together instead of making videos every day, because we don't have the money for this kind of shit. It all comes from working the big spinning wheel, you know. Find gear cheap, upgrade it, sell it, the whole deal. I got about a couple hundred singles in the past. I got some Saturday night and I got some tonight, and I got about 200 albums too, but they were just free. They were given to me. This one's kind of cool. This is a Canadian thing, Tranquility Base. Don't know quite what it is, but Tranquility Base was where the astronauts, Armstrongs, I think, and that's from 1970. This one's kind of interesting. Bobby Garrett, I Can't Get Away. There's instrumental and vocal versions on Muirwood, and I think this is Northern Soul. I don't know anything about singles, but this one's kind of fun. Angie, Rolling Stones. It's an interesting, it's not paper, but it's not cardboard. It's kind of between paper and cardboard. So I really like cardstock. I like the rounded thing here. The owner has her name on it, but the record was 77 cents at the time from Miracle Mart. And I thought Miracle Mart was a grocery store, but maybe I'm wrong. Here's one I know there's been a modern reissue 7-inch of it, but here's the Blues Magoos, The People Had No Faces, backed with So I'm Wrong and You're Right. And this has a delete cutout in it here, but I tend to notice with 7 inches, I don't think the deletes really kill their value, or even writing on them. I see things that are written all over getting stupid money. So, I mean, singles get like thousands if you find the right ones. I think there's more money in 45s than there ever will be in albums, personally. And this is the most valuable one I've found so far in the lot. This is Freddie Lennon, The Next Time You Feel Important, and That's My Life, and I Love My Love and My Home. Freddie Lennon is John Lennon's dad, and I think this is from 1964, but one of these just got 85 bucks on eBay this week, so I got more to go through. There's been some that have been quite valuable, actually. It's a pretty good chunk of stuff. I mean, it'll help pay for something if I decide to sell it. Cheers. I don't really collect singles. They kind of come my way. Sometimes I hold on to my. I'm most interested, I think, in Canadian singles. Yeah, I collect like Rush singles and Plateau singles and just Canadian stuff that's obscure. But I don't have a huge singles collection. I tend to move them out as quickly as possible. Let's get to the records. The first record today is Barry Altschul Trio, Brahma. This is a Canadian release on Sackville Records. It is from 1980. You can see here it says published by Sackville. It's got a different label on it that I'm not familiar with. So this is the stuff I got yesterday. That's from the CBC. Now the CBC is the same idea as the BBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. I could get these stickers off probably, but I'm not gonna. The CBC, you know, it's a hallowed institution here. I'm kind of happy to have items from the CBC library in my collection now. It's, you know, not just CBC records, but actual records that were in their collection. This was in Vancouver's collection, and they cut the funding to them any chance they get, the government, because it's a public institution, but governments always hate that it's got a really good news reporting bureau, although the news is terrible now compared to 20 years ago, but government always hates that they report on government, even though it's the people's money the government gives them to do it. So the government doesn't want to give them the people's money, because it tells them what the government's doing to the people. Free jazz. Players are Barry Altschul on drums, Ray Anderson on trombone, sousaphone, cowbell, and whistle, and Mark Helios on bass cello. And this is really interesting. I'm not a huge fan of free jazz, and I'm far from knowing anything about it. But this was a good listen, actually. I rather enjoyed it. I like the painting, too, on the cover. Kind of goes with the music. Free jazz, it moves well. I don't know what to say about it. Check it out. It's a pretty good record, and you can get it pretty reasonably. I got it for $5, but I think you can get it for like 10 to 20 bucks usually, typically. One sold recently for $6, so. Here's one that I bought for $2, Charles Lloyd, Moon Man. This is a 1971 release, I think. This is on Cap Records. And this has Bob Jenkins on percussion, Michael Cohen on piano, Ken Jenkins on bass, James Zitro on drums, and Ned Donahue on guitar. Ned Donahue went on to have like a singer-songwriter career. James Zistro, before this, released an album called Zistro that's free jazz that was on ESP disc. And Tony, there's a copy of it at Feeding Tube Records for $25 if you're interested. This is on the Cap label, and it has the logo I showed recently from Ariston there, which is the circle with the circle inside and the two drumsticks. So Artisan, sorry, not Ariston, Artisan. And this is Canadian pressing, so the plates were shipped up here. What can I say about Charles Lloyd Moon Man? I mean, I love Charles Lloyd. I think he's just awesome. This is a fucking strange record. This is like he dropped out of jazz. You know, people were landing on the moon, trying to get there around this time, and I think he was tripping out. It's like he dropped out of jazz and wanted to become like a popular musician, like a hippie. The whole album's vocal with these kind of stream of consciousness vocal, like lyrics that he's written that are, in all honesty, they're some pretty amateur hippie rhymes, to be delicate. But the musicianship on this record is actually really good. At times I was like, maybe if he wasn't singing, this record would be better. And yet at times it's kind of endearing. It's a really weird record. I mean, Charles Lloyd is known for playing saxophone, not for singing. I think he might have sung on this album and the next one. I don't think he sang again. Chris, Dixieland Farm. I know you love records that are terrible. I think you should check this out. It's not Jandek, but it's weird. It's like he became a hippie. It's like he smoked too much weed and dropped too much acid and just became a hippie and started just making anything, and yet it's still pretty good. Next is Egberto Gismonti and Nana Vasconcelos, Duas Vozes, two voices. Egberto plays guitars, piano, flutes, daruba, and voice, and Nana plays percussion and marimba and voice. And this is on ECM, and this is another one of these WM ECMs made in Wakefield Manufacturing in Wakefield, Arizona. It's see-through. This vinyl's a little noisy. The music is just, there's almost no music. Like this is like completely silent a lot of the time, with just two very soft voices and light, quiet instruments. So it's really there's nothing to overpower any vinyl noise. And this has a you know, that's the Qui-X vinyl that's on those records that have that clearness to them. But unfortunately the record's just a little, it looks perfect, but it's a little noisy. I'm hoping sometimes when you clean a record, if you play it a few times after it's been really thoroughly cleaned, it actually gets cleaner. The needle almost like knocks the rocks out and makes it a bit better. So, but musically this was excellent. Very, is it Brazilian in sound? Very South American, and very light and very calming, very ethereal. I don't know if I'd say textural. It's kind of flat at times actually. And the next one, this is a total surprise. I bought this because, as I said yesterday, Errol Anderson produces it. This is Radka, Toneff, and Steve Dobrogosz. Get up. She just thinks when I talk I can't hear that she's eating. Anyway, this is Radka Toneff is a Norwegian vocalist, and Steve Dobrogosz is a U.S. pianist who relocated to Stockholm. So this is a record of covers with just piano and voice, jazz of course, covers of Jay Webb, Elton John, Kurt Weill, Rodgers and Hart, Blossom Dearie. Anyway. You know, things like the Moon is a Harsh Mistress, Come Down in Time, Lost in the Stars, Mystery Man, My Funny Valentine, and this is just great. And you know, one of these I paid $2 for this. One of these sold in the past 2 weeks on eBay for $125. So this was a total find. This is like this is one of these audiophile Wet Dreams albums, and it is. It's fantastic. I could see why audiophiles love it. It's just piano, voice, just dead silent background, just beautiful presentation of the two musicians. And this is on the Odin label. And I swear it's got Errol Anderson's signature in the dead wax, but I'm not quite sure. So there's the Odin label. And this is just great. Great music. I can't recommend it enough. So those are today's records. And in a way, they're all winners. I mean, this is fantastic. And this is wonderful. And this, it's an experience. And sometimes that's just awesome too. For $2, this was pretty wild. And this is great. And you know, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm kind of liking the free jazz a little. So, now I said in the very beginning, if I didn't like a record, the person whose day it was could have it, and I meant it. And I've gone through all the records that I did. I did about over 200, maybe closer to 220 in the past 50 days. And these are the ones that I'm not going to keep. So if now you have to do the legwork on this because I'm not going back and matching everything all up, but if there was a record on your day that I'm not keeping, you're welcome to it. However, I've already spent a couple $100 this year on postage, sending out VCLT and stuff. So if you want it, you're going to have to pay for postage. But if you're in the States, I'll mail your parcel from the States, so that'll be like $4. And if you're in the rest of the world, I'm not sure there's anything here that's really worth shipping at $25 to somewhere else. But also, if somebody doesn't claim the records for their day and somebody wants to write me and work something out for them, I'm open to that too, trade or whatever. None of this stuff goes in the comments. If you write, I want this record or whatever, or I want this record from my day in the comments, I'll just delete it and you won't get it. If you want to do this, you have to send me a PM, tell me what you want, include your email address so that we can get out of the horrible YouTube thing and we'll work it out. So let's say 7 days to claim your day, and what's left after that, anybody who writes who says they have an interest will have their crack at any or all of the things on their list. And I don't remember why some of these are rejected, so go back and watch the videos. All you got to do is search for the titles and watch the bit that says, you know, is it rejected because the record is in total shit condition or just because I didn't like it. Time out, Dave Brubeck. Ada, Canned Heat, Nels Allison, the band, Super Sax plays Bird, George Benson, A Taste of Honey, oh, Acting Very Strange, Mike Rutherford, poor Mike, I ripped him a new one, Petra, The Dells, David Ruffin, Genesis, ELO, Rory Gallagher, Robert Paquette, Robert Charlebois. I'm pretty sure this one's garbage. Boss Skaggs, Alice's Restaurant. I have a perfect copy of this. This is a perfect copy. Early Animals, Bob Marley. I think that's pretty rough. Jazz Butcher, Junior Walker, Kid Creole, Best of the Bee Gees. I think that was rough. Shirley Bassey. I think that, I don't know, might have groove damage. And the Penguin Cafe Orchestra. This is fantastic. The music on that's just great. The copy's just a little noisy for me. I'll know I'll never listen to it again, but it might. Somebody else might enjoy that one, or they might not. But anyway, so again, if any of those records were from your day and you want them, and you want to pay the shipping to get them to you, they're yours. Just PM me what you want. If there's anything there that wasn't from somebody's day that they're interested in, PM me that you want it, again, with your email address, and I'll just put a list together. And after a week, it's yours. Thanks everybody for watching it. A lot of people commented almost every day. Trev was awesome. It was really good to have people that were kind of around all the time. You know, you make these videos every day. It's really nice to kind of be interacting and engaging with people. And Trev, TBW3100, I think he never missed a day. Rob Paniques, I'm not sure he missed a day, but if he did, he only missed like one. Kevy Metal, I think he commented on every video. I know Wes was around a lot. Kevin from Dr. Strangely Strange, and I'm not leaving anybody's name out on purpose, but and lots of other people commented every so often, and it was great. And you know, I hope it was a lot of fun for everybody else. Thanks for watching, commenting. Thanks for subscribing to people that subscribed. Thanks for putting up with my sense of humor, and Have a great day. Keep the record spinning.